I specialized in exploring heart-centered consciousness and the methods of the ancient mystery schools. So what I would do is I would invite people, consciousness pioneers, healers, therapists, basically from all walks of life, to study with me what it means to not only walk your talk, but to explore the heart center in a physical sense, to have a physical impression of what it means to be in the heart. Well, I never really believed in the 2012 hype, so what did really happen is that every 12 or 13 years the New Age community calls out a new apocalyptic date. It was the harmonic convergence, 1987, then it's 2000, the millennium, then it's 2013. And I bet my Hawaiian shirt that somebody comes up with another apocalypse at 2025. And I don't believe that either. I think if you want to bring ethics back into your life, you would have to commit yourself to a sort of wisdom training or wisdom school. Every spiritual way focuses on three areas. One is focus, one is ethics, and one is wisdom. It's like three arenas. So you would have to learn how to focus through meditation, contemplation. Then you have to understand the meaning of the heart as a compassionate force of mankind. You have to undergo transformations which will enable you to feel what it is to be a human being and to live from that heart. And I think that only this energetic experience can make a compassionate being out of you. It will not be a moral teaching. It has to come from experience, otherwise no compassion. And otherwise what you refer to as politics or economy will just be the same, and it will be the same sort of selfishness as before. You have to make another experience so you know what compassion is. Unless you start to see God in everybody, you don't see God. So you have to take the step to feel love. Love is about giving. It's not about expecting it. And the road to happiness is certainly just what you mentioned, making other people happy and then being happy yourself. It's actually, it's like the alphabet of energy work. You know, if I would ever know it, the ingredients to grow together as a couple. What is the mystery to a divine, sacred relationship? I'd say, of course, a lot of patience, the keen spirit of truth to step beyond the mystery of collective thoughts about being a man and a woman, and to undergo this humbling experience of growing together. It's humbling, I would say. There is a mystery teaching which says you go through a portal, and there's this portal you can only go through together. There are a lot of portals which you have to do on your own, but this one you can only do together. And there's a male dwarf handing over to the man a white liquid, and there's a female dwarf handing over to the woman a red liquid. The mystery of sexuality, probably. And they say to you, and this, my friend, will humble you, but it will also let you grow tremendously beyond your limitations. I think you have to have the courage to undergo this humbling experience. I think the most important thing is not to imagine pictures of light, but to bring light to the dark spots, to shed a light, to find your heart in darkness actually. An exercise I do with people is finding your heart in the darkness, in the depths. And again, you have to have the courage to embrace your unconscious aspects, the ones you're not proud of, and that you can only do from another perspective. It's like there's a self, there's the ego, there's a shadow. You cannot do that from the egotist perspective. You have to have the perspective of the self, of the heart. And from there on, you have to have this vulnerability to accept that those dark aspects are part of your voyage and not to cut it off, to show the pointing finger or do anything like that. She put the same question to me in my last life. Yes, it does. Of course. We remember friends, we remember landscapes. Sometimes a past life is bleeding through into this lifetime, and we can reconnect to certain abilities we have, also to certain traumatic experiences. I believe that in this discovering and exploring past lives, we are always guiding. There's a wise guidance from the soul which enables you to confront you with only those experiences you are able to integrate or to reconnect with. What happens if we begin to listen to our inner guidance is that our lives will change tremendously, and it's a knowing beyond your mind. So the mind will be challenged completely if the voice of the heart or the intuition takes over. So yes, you can train it, but what I believe is you also must have trained it in many lifetimes. It's like a spiritual muscle which you train and then you gain or regain the access to it.